Hi guys, it was that we are all well, and Mwalimu is very audible, right? Today I want us to do something very interesting. That is, of course, under business data analytics. I am instructor CPA Ringo Frederick, and I teach business data analytics at MDarasa. So today I want us to handle something very interesting, of course, in our course. And that is a loan amortization schedule, or simply the concept of financial management in business data analytics. So we are going to handle a question which was attested back in August 2024, and this is question number 22. I'm sharing with us here a very interesting question. And remember, this is not only for students who are doing business data analytics, but also, of course, for students who are also doing financial management, then this concept would be very ideal for you as well. So these are question number 22. It was a very interesting question, which I want us to handle together. This is from your business data analytics CPA. Question number 22. We also say that this concept, it is not only important for those who are doing business data analytics, but anyone who is also doing financial management, then it will also be very important. We can engage on the chat button there. If at all you're having any question, you can just put it down on the comment section and Mwalimu will be here to help us handle it. So these are what you're told, that Manoti Were has recently been thinking of buying his dream car. A few years ago, after joining Rafiki Sacco, having established a Mercedes E-Class vehicle will cost between 2.7 and 3 million. He approached the Sacco for a loan of 2 million, with the difference to come from the sale of his current car with a current market sale value of 1 million. The Sacco confirmed that Manoti Were qualifies for the loan and were willing to advance him a new loan under the following terms and conditions. So this Sacco was willing to give Manoti the loan of 2 million. Period for payment is 5 years. Repayment frequency monthly, then annual interest rate 11%. Whereas monthly repayment, we are given 43.45. So additional information, you're told that, the loan is to be repaid on a monthly basis. The first installment is due at the end of the first month after loan disbursement. Okay? Manoti Were has approached you for advice as he does not understand how the repayment amounts and interest on loan are arrived at. Now, that's where we normally tend to come in, right? The beauty part of course, accounts now. So we are supposed to advise Were in regard to the loan component. So required, the good examiner here wants us to, number one, using an appropriate MS Excel function, confirm to Manoti Were that indeed the monthly repayment amount of 43.45 is actually the case, is actually the case, or is actually correct. Part B, prepare monthly loan amortization schedule for the above loan for Manoti Were to see how the loan clears by the end of 5 years. Part C, as a customer-centric Sacco, the Sacco members are allowed to vary the loan terms to their preferences, as long as it is aligned to the loan terms. Help Manoti Were to fill the table below with the correct repayment period and loan amount in column C and D, respectively, that allows for him to make monthly repayment amount of 35,000 and not the proposed 43.45. So the beauty part here is that we told that this Sacco, they do understand us. We can be given option to do what? To to adjust the repayment values, okay? Details of whatever that you're given bank proposal and the charged amount. So my good sense, when you're given such a question, the most important asset would be how good are you with the Excel functions? Remember, it is financial management, but won't be required, of course, to go back and see or to go back and use the normal accounting, of course, formula that we normally tend to have. That is, of course, for Excel, or not Excel, but manual. No. At this point, the asset would be how good are you on these functions? And that is what Mwalimu will want to guide us on this question. As we've said, if at all you're having any question, remember, you can engage Mwalimu on, of course, the comment section below. So let us start our work. The first case here, a good examiner, wants us to do what? To work this one out. So I'll just pick this question and I'll take it, of course, to another Excel sheet so that you can work it out at that point very, very fast. I'll show you how these concepts are always very easy, of course, to master. So long as you follow the guide of Mwalimu, such questions, you should always be smiling when you find such questions, okay? So what is the best way to answer questions in business data analytics? So that at this point, you reduce the chances of giving the examiner hard time to know how you're answering your question. This will always be the best case to work it out. We are asked part A. So we come and take part A. We show that, you know what, we're having the question that you ask at this point, and this is our solution that you're giving. Make the work of the examiner very easy. So in this case, because you're using Excel, it would be very simple. You can just mark this with what? With a different font color. So we can highlight this maybe with yellow to indicate that, this is what we are answering. So we can have it at that point. So at this point, anytime you talk about the concept of loan amortization, my good students, the secret weapon is, do you know the PMT function? So to answer this, we are going to use the PMT function. So what do we need to do? We take a summary of the data given here. We have it at this point very confidently. The details that you're given, of course, we have the loan amount, 2 million. Period of payment, years. In this case, what about monthly? What about on a monthly payment or monthly period? Months, monthly period of payment, yeah. Because we'll be paying this loan on a monthly basis, yeah. So monthly period of payment, what will you be having here? We know very well that a year has 12 months. So simply we take 12 by the 5 years, which will give us what? 60 months. What about the other case? Annual interest rate, you're given 11%, sorry. What about our monthly interest rate? Because I'll be paying this on a monthly basis. So you come and consider monthly interest rate. What will you be having? We take the 11%, we divide, of course, by 12. So on a monthly basis, then we should be talking about 0.9% on that case. So the good examiner wants us to prove that whatever Were was given was actually the case. You want us to arrive at this value here, 43,485. That is what the good examiner wants us to arrive at. So how will you go about it, my good students? This will be very easy and simple. All we need to do is to come and show the examiner that you know our PMT function. This is a function that you're going to use to prove our case right. So we just take equal sign. We have our PMT, then you do tab. Our syntax will show that I need to have our rate. So our rate, which rate are we selecting? The monthly rates. Comma, the number of period. What period are we selecting? The annual, in this case, the monthly period. Comma, this case, we have the present value of the loan. So whatever that I'm having today, it is what? The 2 million here, which in this case, we must put negative sign before that. So once we have that, what else do we need to do? Is to just click what? Enter. And see what do we have here. So actually, what the circle had given Manoti is actually the case. And that is what the good examiner wanted us to prove. And we literally proved, 43,485 was actually the amount that he will be paying on a monthly basis. And in that case, you're done with part A of the question. Let us proceed to part B, the aspect of loan amortization schedule. At this point, Mwalimu will show us a very great magic, which will summarize our task very easy. So getting all these questions right in business data analytics, it is very easy. So long as you have the right guide. Okay? So what next? At this point, we need to determine the loan amortization schedule for the above loan for Manoti Were. So, of course, I know very well that I need to have what? My period first. So we're going to have a period at that point. I know very well there's this installment that I'll be paying on a monthly basis, which we're having our installment. Installment will always comprise of the interest and the principal, right? Installment will always comprise of the interest and the principal. So we have our installment amount. This case, we'll be having our principal, or consider your interest first. Then on that case, we'll be talking about our principal value. In addition, then consider our loan balance as at the end of the day. So we're having our loan balance here. Or simply, you can term this as what? Balance carried down. And this is the data that I need to have at this point. Okay. I should not forget to have what? Our balance brought down at that point. So you're starting with year 0, year 1, year 2. I won't do all this all through. So I'll just take the Q. Of course, I'll show you another shortcut. In this case, we drag up to how many months? We read about 60 months. We read about 60 months based on the 5 years period that you are given in this case. That you're given in this case. So after that case, what is the next item to do, my good students? Is to consider that year 0, I will be having a loan balance of the 2 million that you are given by a good examiner there. We'll be having the loan balance that you're given of 2 million there. So simply, this is a balance that you're having, 2 million here. See? So once we have that, that is to say that amount is the same value that I'll be having as at year 1. Installment, how much are we paying? The installment is what we have computed here. 43,484.85. So this installment value will be the same all through up to year 60 that we are considering. Remember, installment is equal amount over the years that we are given. So that is what you are going to consider at this point. See, the interest value. The interest value is what we'll be considering at this point. So once we have that, my good students, we know very well that this interest is going to be based on the loan amount. That interest is going to be based on the loan amount. So how will we go about it? We come and take our loan times our interest value, which is on a monthly interest rate, which we had computed earlier on. So we have this as our interest. All I need to do, because that interest rate will be constant all through, so we lock that interest. And I'd already guided you on how to lock, right? You simply click what? F4 to lock your data. 43, it is inclusive of interest and principal. And already we have determined our interest. So that is to say, clearly, my principal will be 43 less our interest. That will be our principal. That would be our principal. So once I have this in mind, literally, I have everything. Because my loan balance, therefore, will be, as at the end of year one, we're going to take the loan balance with less our principal value. Loan balance is in regard to, or rather, it is based on the principal value, what we'll be having. Now, this is the most amazing part. This is the most amazing. I want you guys to see this magic. This is the most amazing part anytime you're handling loan amortization and you're dealing with Excel. This is the most amazing. Okay? See how our work will be very simple. At this point, I'll just come on the first balance. You see the thick cross on the bottom right of this cell. There's this thick cross that is appearing here. See this thick cross? This thick cross that is appearing. All I need to do is to just do what? Double tap. I just double click that. I just double click. On our interest, because we had already locked our interest, I make sure I see this thick cross. Then I do what? I double click. What about the principal? Similar concept will apply. We just come there and double click. Loan balance, the same script. I come here and double click. See the magic. See the magic, my good students. So even if you scroll to here, the last month, 60th month, you'll find that in this case, we should be having a loan balance of 0. How many seconds or minutes have you used to work out that loan amortization schedule? How many seconds has it taken you, or minutes has it taken you to work out that loan amortization schedule? And can we agree that with the right concept, handling loan amortization will be very, very easy? I need a question. You can ask a question just below the comment section there. And you can agree that handling loan amortization is as easy as that. It's as easy as that. I need a question on the comment section there. If at all you need mwalimu to assist us where you've not grasped the concept right. My YouTube students, this is your chance to engage with mwalimu. Ask a question. This is business data analytics. And the question that you're handling, August 2024. This is a question that we're handling, a very good question, which will help us, of course, to understand the concept right. I need a question. I need you guys to ask mwalimu a question. At all, there is a question that you want mwalimu to clarify. So that is what you're required to do. That is what you're required to do. As you said, you can ask a question on the comment section here, right? Ask a question if at all there is. Ask question, engage mwalimu. And by the way, if at all you want to join this class before I end, maybe what you can do, let me share a link here with you. so that probably you feel comfortable asking Mwalimu directly on this class as we proceed. So what I'm going to do, I'm copying this link and I've shared this link on the comment section there. That is to say, this will enable you to join this class live, This will enable you to join this class live so that you can ask questions that you want to ask probably directly. I'll share that link. I'll share the link where you can join now the class live. You can join the class live. So this is what you're required to do on the part B. Part B, that is what you're required to do. Okay. Then what about part C of this question? These are what you asked. That as a customer-centric circle, the circle members are allowed to vary the loan terms to their preferences as long as it is aligned to the loan terms. Yeah. Help Manoti Were to fill the table below with the correct repayment period and loan amount. And loan amount in column C and D respectively. In column C and D respectively. That allows him to make a monthly repayment amount of 35 and know the proposed amount of 43,485. So how will you go about this? This is another secret that Mwalimu will want to share with us. As I've told you, the secret is how good are you with these functions? You know, the mistake that a lot of students normally tend to make, unfortunately to say, those who normally tend to do their self-study, they will be like, I am good in Excel. I normally use Excel every day at workplace. But without forgetting that it is not every day that you normally prepare loan amortization at your place using Excel. It is not every day that you normally prepare NPV on Excel at your workplace. It is not every day. So it is very important to make sure that at least you follow the classes for business data analytics, because the moment you assume some concepts, it might not end very well, right? And that's why it is always important just to follow the classes. It will always help us a lot. So after mentioning this, we proceed. You asked, we need to advise where based on if at all I am taking 35,000, what will be the period that I'm going to take? That is easy, right? How will you go about it? I'll take my data here, the exact data that we had. We have it here. Okay? We have it here. So what I will be required to do, my good students, is to make sure that at this point, we have a proposal that we want to determine the terms, that is talk about repayment period. If my PMT is 35,000, if our PMT is 35,000 and not as what they had given us. So repayment period if PMT is 35. So how will you go about it? That is to say, automatically, this will change to be 35,000. So repayment period if PMT is 35. So therefore, that is to say, this will automatically change. The payment period now we don't have. That is to say, this period we don't have. But the rates are not changing. The rates are just the same. So how will we go about this? Now, this is where, again, we are going to introduce this function of, recall when Mwalimu taught us about the present value function, PV function. When Mwalimu guided us on the PV function, what did we realize? That anytime we do PV, I'll be having this data of hours. I'll be talking of the rate, NPR, indicating that this is the number of period. This is the number of period here, okay? We have PMT, future value, and the time. So now, in this case, we want to determine the NPR, number of period function. So we want to determine the number of period using this function. So how will you go about it? Equal sign NPR. Then we have our term. Rate, we take our monthly interest rate, comma. Our PMT is now 35, whatever that I'll be paying on a monthly basis, comma. Present value of this loan is how much? The present value of this loan, you know very well, it is what? 2 million. So at this point, all I need to do is to click enter. And remember, you have to put negative here. Before your loan amount, kindly put what? Negative value. So that is to say, our PMT, we are going to have what? The number of period, talk about 81 months. So our number of period, with a lot of confidence, you're going to have it here. See, that is what you're going to have. And this is what the good examiner wanted us to determine. Number of period will be 81 months. You can go ahead and convert this into years, of course. Yeah, you can go ahead and convert that into years, which will be about what? Like 6.78 years. So this is our C. Our D, what were we told? Remember terms? This is what you're required to fill. And part D is all the other things remain the same, because remember, whatever that you're looking at is, if at all you're taking 35,000, right? If at all you're taking 35,000, if at all this value is 35,000, what are the changes that will be expected to have? So the other case, we need to determine what will be our loan amount that I'll be required to have, loan amount that I will be required to have. If all other functions are the same, if all these are the same, so I'll just take these values here. If all these are the same, except for what? Except for the period, which will remain to be 60. And this other one, of course, is 5. So I don't have this value, and that is what I'm required to determine, given that all these are the same. So how will you go about it? That is also another interesting area. So I don't have our PV here. So therefore, we apply our PV function directly now, where my PV, of course, will be equal sign PV, we do tab. Our rate, monthly interest rate, comma. Number of period, of course, it is a 60 months, comma. PMT, we have the 35, comma. That is a 35, correct? Our future value, we don't have, because I need what? I need our present value. So therefore, once we have that, you just do what? You just do enter. See, you have your value here directly. So that is what I'll be required to have. With a lot of confidence, we come and have this value here. So this is what? Whatever that the good examiner now wanted us to determine at that point. You see how easy this concept is, so long as you follow the procedure right. So long as you follow the procedure right, then this will be automatically our results. And that is what we are required to do in that case. Okay, so this is our D. This is our D. See? So this was our business data analytics question, my good students. I believe you've learned something and a lot in relation to that. Our classes for business data analytics are on, which you can always join us at any given point in time, my good students. If at all you want to pass business data analytics on only one attempt, Mdarasa, it is a place to be. And right now, we understand that you guys are remaining with less than 2 months. We have very good packages for you. You can always reach us out. And of course, we'll always be here to help you pass business data analytics with one attempt. Yeah, with one attempt. With one attempt. So that point, I believe the lesson has been engaging and you've done something. So that point, see you in our next class. And for those who want to reach us out, our number has always been 0708 068 851. Reach us out. We have 2 packages, one for, of course, live virtual, and the other one for pre-recorded version, which you can use either of the packages. For pre-recorded version is always very easy, so long as you're having any device. So long as you're having any device, all you need to do is simple. Go to app.mdarasa.com. While on the app, you create your account. After you've created your account, you just come on the dashboard. You said you just go to app.mdarasa.com. For new students, of course, they'll be required to create an account. And creating an account is very easy, right? Creating an account is very, very easy. All you need to do is to simply come and do what? Create an account at this point. Fill in all these details. Fill in all the details. Fill in all the details on this card. After you're done filling on all the details, you come and log in directly. The beauty is that you can literally install our application on your PC, so that anytime you want to access, you don't need to go to your browser every now and then. So once you have logged in, come and search CPA. We have CPA. Get started. Click Start Learning. Come and have business data analytics. Just search business data analytics, and there you go. Right now, remember, for pre-recorded version, there's that offer of 5,000 shillings. This one will include revision as well. And once you are in, you have all the resources, including the classes that are ongoing for this current semester. So you'll be able to get access to all the past papers, the class notes, revision companion, live recorded classes for the ongoing semester. In addition, you'll also be able to access, of course, the pre-recorded version for the all topics all at once with these packages. And see this. Assuming you're studying lesson 2, other than getting the videos, you'll also be able to access what? The Excel workbooks that have been used in that class. What else do you need, guys, to pass? What else do you need to pass? What else do you need to pass? So this is what we provided you with. Make sure you check it out. At this point, you have a very nice time. And of course, I'm waiting to see you guys in our next classes. To that point, bye-bye, and have a very good night.